Hello, and welcome back to my channel, The Gravel Road. It's all about cycling and all the wonderful stuff that's related to it. So, today's the day. It's the 30th of October, which means Red Bull Time Lapse is starting very soon. In fact, it's 11 o'clock, so it's starting in just about 2 hours. Pretty much all the prep's done, clothes, nutrition's all looked out, all that stuff. Only one little job to do, which is take off the bottom bracket and give it a clean and a re-grease because it's a little bit squeaky and that could become annoying. So I'm just going to tick that box and then pretty much able to just chill and just wait for the start. I've had some messages this morning from my contact at the Met Office who helped us out with the Guinness World Record, the 7-day record. So she'll be giving me some advice on what the weather's going to be doing over the next 24 hours. It's not great, but with the information that I've been given, I'm at least able to plan around it. So fortunately, at the moment, you can see it's a bit miserable. It's been raining all night, but it's easing off now. And it's quite windy, but basically what's happening is between now and about 1 o'clock, the rain's going to ease off. The wind should die off a bit, but maybe the first couple of hours will be a bit wet and windy, but then it drops, the wind drops right off, the rain should disappear. And there's this phenomenon called a sucker's gap, which is happening where we live. So there's a bit of a dead spot. But what that also means is the temperature is going to drop quite significantly. So I think it gets down to about a feels like temperature, which is sort of like basically what it feels like rather than the measured temperature, of about 2 degrees Celsius in the middle of the night. But there'll be very little wind. So that's not too bad a situation. You just put more clothes on. But then towards the end, there's actually going to be a weather warning issued for about 10 o'clock in the morning. That'll probably, I expect that to come forward maybe because that's what's been happening. The weather's been kind of tightening up. But from about 10 at the moment, there's a weather warning for severe rain, so like a monsoon for the last 3 hours. But looking at how the weather's progressing, that front's coming in across from the Atlantic and over the whole of the UK before it hits us up here in the northeast. So, you know, every cloud is a silver lining, like I said before. So in theory, what that should mean is we just get a couple more hours maybe of dry weather up here before we get battered by the wind and the rain, which, yeah, we're used to up here. I think overall, obviously, the temperature is going to be cooler up here than it is, say, down south. But again, we're kind of used to that, and it's just a case of putting on more clothes. So yeah, there's nothing I can do about the weather other than know about it and plan for it. And, you know, I'll just adjust my route accordingly, and also when I do my stops, because I'm going to have to factor in that I'll probably be soaking wet in the first few hours. So I maybe want to change it into some dry clothes so that then I can just stay dry through the night. And then at the end, I'm just going to have to suck it up and batter through the rain. But I've got a bit of a plan for that, which might involve at least taking advantage of the wind. There's nothing I can do about the rain, but I could possibly take advantage of the wind right at the end and just get some good miles in maybe. But it won't be easy, but these things never are. They're not worth doing if they're not easy. So I'm going to get this bike sorted out and then put my feet up for a bit and just get ready. And I'll maybe do a very quick video just before I leave, just to start the thing, I guess. But overall, feeling great. Feel like the preps went really well. Sleep was okay last night. Not the best sleep I've ever had, but 8 hours. I mean, I was hoping to get more than that, but it is what it is. You know, I've had enough sleep, and it's only one day. I can easily last through the night, and I stopped drinking coffee like 2 days ago, so I'm keeping that until tomorrow in the wee hours when I really need it. So that should give me a little kick on and get me through the darkness. And when the sun comes up, usually that, you know, brightens your mood and gets you a bit more energy. So that's the hope. Right, I'm gonna leave it here and crack on and get this bike sorted. Okay, just a few minutes to go. All sorted. Got my luminous yellow head cover on, so I look cool. Got my luminous yellow jacket, so I look even cooler. Bike's all sorted. Fully loaded up to keep me going for quite some time, apart from water bottles, which I can fill up when I'm out and about, or come back to the house and just grab 2 that I've got ready to go. So just do the final wee checks with the Garmin and what have you, and then when 1 o'clock comes, I'm off and see how many miles I can do over the next 25 hours. And if I do stop for food and what have you, I'll try and just grab a quick video, but the idea is to not stop too much and not muck about making videos. So we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck. See you at the other side. Bye bye. Hey, just past the 100-mile mark. I think it was 100 miles at 5 hours and 40 minutes, which is ahead of pace really, maybe 20 minutes ahead of what I was shooting for, so that's good. Stayed dry. The wind's dropped right off, there's virtually no wind. It's a really clear night, which means really low temperatures later. In fact, it's cold now. It's going to get down to just above freezing. But I'm going to head home. Should be about 130, 140 miles by the time I get home. Have a good feed. Put on some warmer gear. And chop on through the night. Feeling great. Legs feel great. Effort's been bang on, heart rate's bang on, moving speed's great. Excellent stuff. A few cars kicking about like. But apart from a couple of assholes, it's been pretty good. One boy right at the start in a BMW X5 tried to fucking wipe me off the road. So thanks for that, a-hole. But yeah, having great fun, loving it. Wait to put the tunes on now and then batter out this next 40 miles or whatever. Happy days! Whew. Right, it's 7:25 in the morning. Had to stop and have a wee power nap because last night was brutal. The cold was just crazy. Kept having to stop to warm up. And yeah, it just got the better of me, so quick power nap and just chug some coffee for the first time. Hopefully that will wake me up. And as you can see, oh, sunrise, so temperature should start to rise. And at the moment I'm on the gravel bike because the road, it was just not going well on the road bike with the cold, and it was getting icy as well. And so I switched to the gravel bike, and also had to switch to hiking boots because it was too cold for any sort of road shoes or the shoes for my gravel bike. So hopefully when it warms up I'll be able to switch back to the road bike maybe and get a few more miles in, because it's obviously a bit slower on the gravel bike. Although when I went on the gravel bike I wasn't really going any slower than I was on the road bike, but that's just because of the temperature. But hopefully I can switch back. So final push, 7:30, that means there is 5.5 hours left to go, and I'm not 100% sure how much miles I've done, but it's in the region of 270, I think. So plenty of time to go well beyond last year's 293. So right, better stop yabbing and get back at it. Go on, buddy. Just about there, mate. Well, that is Red Bull Time Lapse 2021 done. Thank God. The last 2 hours, 2.5 hours have been absolutely brutal. Horrendous wind. It's not so bad now, but it's gusting. And rain, freezing. But came out and did a different loop, which was a bit more favourable for the wind. It was hard going, and about an hour, just over an hour before the end, I was really struggling. And then just like angels appeared in the form of Callum, Jen and Robbie Innes with Costa coffee and Haribos. I chugged the coffee, a few Haribos, and I was instantaneously just transformed. And I put in a big effort on that last hour. My target was in doubt before that, but I managed to exceed it by about a mile, I think. I just checked my miles, but it includes the power hour, but I think my ridden miles is around about 351. I was wanting 350. So, happy, just delighted, absolutely delighted. Absolutely soaked, absolutely freezing. Not that tired, weirdly enough. I will be when I get home and stop. And I'm sure my legs will be sore, but now I've just got the matter of a 5-mile bike ride home into a brutal headwind with the rain. What are you gonna do? This is cycling now. So anyway, I'll do a bit of a roundup in a different video when I'm rested and go over how it went and some of the dodgy bits. There was a few dodgy bits, that's for sure. But yeah, overall, absolutely delighted. Exceeded my target. Couldn't be happier, and I better get home now before I freeze to death. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed these videos and hopefully enjoy hearing about the roundup and stuff. Right, see you later folks. Remember, take it easy.